Hello. Welcome to today's video. I just finished shooting it, and the whole time I was thinking, what is going on with this light? Because everything is changing. So I kept on making little changes throughout the video, and when I finally finished, I sat down and thought, what is going on? I need to figure it out. And finally I got some light that looks exactly like what I'm looking like in the mirror. So my choices are, I had actually put on some of this makeup while I was talking about it, and I'm not going to take off my makeup. So I'm not sure, do I want to just go through it real fast with good light, or do I want to cut to that, or what am I going to do? I don't know. So I'm just going to start talking, and then we'll figure it out. Welcome to today's video, and today I am going to be speaking to you about the Sephora sale, the makeup version. I've already posted something with hair, skin, and tools, and today is going to be a makeup, and I think it's primarily going to be makeup that came out this year, unless it's something that's a perennial favorite for me, and I'm going to try to keep it kind of concise, but I don't know that I'll succeed, especially when it comes to eyeshadows. So let's not waste any time and get into it, starting with foundation. Well, primer. I don't use primer. Okay, done. Let's go to foundation. This year, two foundations that I fell in love with is the Makeup Forever Reboot. I have used a lot of this. I use this almost every day. It doesn't have a ton of coverage, but it has such a beautiful, beautiful finish that I just love it. I just feel comfortable wearing this. And the Bite has a little bit more coverage and a beautiful finish, but the Bite can be a little bit fussy. So I know certain sunscreens will work with it perfectly, but other sunscreens I'm not so sure. And when I'm considering, should I do that? What sunscreen did I wear today? And it's just a little bit fussy. Today I am mixing it with a couple of things. So honorable mention. My face is quite red. I've started using retinol and it is so tight and a little bit red. So I mixed with this and the Shiseido. Honorable mention, this is almost full coverage. To me, it's pretty darn close to full coverage. The colors are a little weird though. When this first came out, I bought it and I wore it once in a while, and I thought, you know what? This color is just wrong. I'm going to go return this, and then I'll get some testers, and then the COVID happened, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to order it again. I mix it. It's not ideal. I don't know if they have an ideal shade for me because they don't have a lot of colors and the undertones are a little bit strange, but I really do like this and it's great as a mixer. Another honorable mention would be the Kevyn Aucoin Etherealist. This is so darn beautiful. If you have an occasion and you know, a wedding, an important party, an anniversary, whatever, something where you just want to look your absolute best, this is what I would go to. Obviously, I don't have an occasion like that, but it's, every time I pump this out, I cry a little bit because I don't want it to go away. I'm a little strange that way. I also like the Kevyn Aucoin Balm, but the one I have is a little too light, so I am ordering a darker one, and I'm hoping I can kind of work them together. So those are some of my favorite foundations, plus two that are new from the beginning of this year that I really, really love. I'm looking at my monitor going, wow, I look really drab. I actually shot this yesterday, and I looked drab then too, and I thought I have to shoot it again. What is going on? Now, let me try something. All right, you guys, I'm just trying to make some adjustments. I'm not sure this is better, but we're gonna leave it because I want to get this up for you. Next is concealer. Concealer is tough for me because I do have actual real darkness, and I do have wrinkles and creases and stuff. And I haven't found something that is really, really perfect. I will tell you some honorable mentions. Fenty Avocado is not drying. It doesn't have fantastic coverage, but it is beautiful. So if you don't have a lot of darkness like I do, that might really work for you. Another one that I like, but I hate the color, is Kosas. The colors are so yellow. I mentioned in another video that I wrote to Kosas and said, I love it, but who's this color? And she said, well, you will be pleased to know that we are expanding our shade range. But I don't know if that means they're expanding them on the cool end and the dark end and not doing anything with my end. That sounded weird. But please, Kosas, make some that isn't egregiously yellow, because a lot of people are not yellow. And the Flawless Fusion from Laura Mercier is also really, really nice, but I'm finding it a little bit drying. And worth noting is the Giorgio Armani Precision. I'm not sure if Sephora sells that one, but that's pretty good. So let's go on to bronzer. I'm not wearing bronzer today, although looking in my monitor I should be. What is going on here? Let's put some on. This is by Tarte, and the color I have is Seychelles, and I love it. I love working with a cream. I feel like you have more control with a cream than you do with a powder. I know a lot of people go in with bronzer with huge brushes, and they're basically bronzing their entire face, but I like to just kind of carve out what I would look like if I was kissed by the sun. And I just kind of apply it that way, so the top of the hairline around this bone on my forehead, this bone right here, and the top of my cheekbone, because that's where I get it. And I get it at the top of the cheeks too, right? And then just blend it in. And it blends like a dream. It's just a nice color for me, and I highly recommend it. So yes, I am putting things on so you can see them in action. Let's talk about blushes. These Fenty cream blushes are wonderful. They're dimethicone based as opposed to something emollient like this Charlotte Tilbury or the Tower 28 are more emollient, where this one isn't. It's dimethicone, and it just melts into the skin so incredibly beautifully. I am a big fan. I got two colors, which are fine. They're pinks. I would like to get more, but this is the kind of thing, me personally, I need to try on, because she does have some colors that are unusual looking. I'm sure they'll look great on the skin, but I just, you know. Another thing I really am so surprised I'm pulling to all the time is the Patrick Ta She's So LA. So this is the Dew Blush with a powder and a cream. And when I saw it, I bought 3 and I returned 2, and I bought them one by one. And there's only 4 colors. And I thought, well, I guess I'll give this a try. It's the last one I bought. But I thought, it looks like a bronzer. What's the point? But there is somehow a little bit of pink in here. And I hope this works out well. My skin, I'm doing retinol. I did my first day like 5 days ago, but my skin kind of hurts and it's kind of red. So I use my Josie Maran sunscreen, which is quite oily. And I mixed it with something else, but there's a lot of emollients on my skin right now. But it's blending in very, very nicely. And see, it just doesn't have that brownness that I was afraid that it would. It might on the camera because I don't understand what's going on with my light. And now let's go in with this one. I think that is so pretty. I don't know what to do about this light situation. All right, I think that's a lot better. Now I'm going to go in with this Strawberry Drip and just give myself a little bit of oomph. Just take a little bit off of my hand. I just feel so fresh and alive, and yay. So Strawberry Drip is a great one that I use a lot. Continuing on with cheeks, let's talk about contour and highlighter. This is the light shade in the Wand from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm not a huge contour girl. But as contours go, this is a really, really nice one. And you could work this in with your fingers or like the tip of your beauty blender. It looks a little like scary, but it's not. Should I go around the edges? And then up. I'll kind of do a little bit of a triangle instead of a big line. And then I turn around for the butt and blend out. Voila! I did this yesterday, since I shot this yesterday, and I forgot. You know, at first I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? But every time I looked in the mirror, I didn't think, I'm wearing contour. Highlighter, Charlotte Tilbury's Spotlight. This is the original wand release, and I just love this on me. I just think it's perfect for my skin tone. It is not too silvery, and it doesn't really have much gold in it. It just looks like shine. Like healthy, beautiful skin. Very easy to blend in, and for me, just perfect. So that completes cheeks. Now the Charlotte Tilburys are not new, but I love them, so I wanted to mention. Let's go into eyes. Let's start with prepping. I usually don't do any prepping for my eyes, and I can't say since I bought this that I've started, but I've done it a couple of times, and I really like this Mario Prep and Set. I think it's pretty darn solid. I have the one in light, and I like it. For eyeshadow palettes, I have a lot here, and let's go. Viseart. This is called the Dark Edit, and it's not new, but it's really beautiful. This is what it looks like, and for me, this is just quintessentially fall and winter. And if you're looking for something to hit that spot for you, why not get this on sale? It's really not that expensive in the first place. It's one of their edit palettes, but you can do orangey colors, start this way, or you can just do these browns and forget this orange and have a nice solid brown look. This is navy, olive, a purple, and what is that? Aubergine. There's just some really nice colors in here to have fun. I think you could probably get 3 or 4 different looks out of this. It travels well, should anybody be traveling, and worth mentioning. While we're at it, the next sale will already be in spring, so why not get this Soleil? I really love this. It has purples that are kind of similar to the purples in there, but this is completely different. I love the yellow. It's just bright and happy, and if you're looking for some happiness in a small container, this might be something to consider. Now, things that came out this year, Dior did reformulation on their eyeshadow palettes, and my god, they did a good job. These are expensive. I think they're $63. 13 colors, I think, but there's only about 6 on Sephora, and I chose 2 that will be on Sephora. This is soft cashmere, and it is so beautiful. You could wear it during the day, you could wear it at night. It is elegant, it is classic, it is just, I love it. And also there's new dress, which is a little bit more of a daily look. It's lovely. I do like the soft cashmere myself, but this is great for a daily look, and that's nude dress. Also new this year is Natasha Denona Glam Palette, which is very similar to, and only $3 more expensive than the soft cashmere, but there's more variety in here. I have both. I haven't been pulling to this too much, but that's because I've been playing with other things. I still love this, and if cool palettes are your thing, or if you're exhausted from warm palettes, this might be the time to get it. Natasha also has a palette coming out in 2 days. Well, it'll be maybe a day? It'll be 2 days, I think, when I post this. That is, I'm going to get it. Now, she also did this palette bronze. A lot of people said, oh, I'm so sick of warms. And the people who are saying that are people who wear warms primarily. So I thought that was a little odd. I myself don't love warm palettes. I feel I have them, you know. But there's something about this palette, and I don't know what. Because I've looked at it thinking, why do I love this so much? I just do. There's a couple of things. These 2 shades right here make this palette special. Without these, yeah, maybe it would be, I've been there. I have an experience similar to this. But those are very, very special. This color right here, so beautiful. I don't know if you can see the pinky and goldness, which I love pink and gold together. I'm wearing this palette on my eyes today, and I don't know, you guys, I love it. And of course, I do love I love Love. Who doesn't love Love? I think she knocked it out of the park this year so far. And this has like 3 colorways. If you want a red eye, you can get it. If you want more of a pinky look, you can get that too. And if you want some purples, you can do that too. I think it looks one note, but it's not. And I think when you look at Natasha Denona in a year so far, she has just really knocked it out of the park. You know, she's not doing, well, I wanted to line these up really nicely, but she's just not doing the same thing over and over again. She's being very thoughtful about what she's putting together, and I appreciate that. They're not too many shimmer glimmers, that kind of stuff. There's enough mattes in here for me as a hooded person to get looks, and I really appreciate that. So maybe one of these will float your boat. Mascara is a strange one for me. I don't like a clumpy look. I like my mascara to make me look like I have 10 times as many lashes as I do. It doesn't matter to me all that much if they look really long because I'm hooded. So when I open my eyes, when they're too long, it's like I feel my eyelashes are laying on my hood, but I want to look like I have a lot. So I go for more of a natural fluttery look if I can. This has been a perennial favorite for me. The first I've ever found that didn't end up under here. It didn't smudge under here. It didn't flake under here. It gave me a natural look, and this is by Hourglass. No one ever talks about this. This is Film Noir. And then more recently, I fell deeply in love with the Kush. Milk Kush. I have several of these. I probably have 3 or 4. I've probably thrown away a couple. For some reason, this works better than this. So this is the full size. And it just doesn't give me the same fluttery thing that this does. But this mascara is so unreliable. Sometimes it works and sometimes it smudges and it flakes. Definitely, you have to powder under your eyes when you're putting on this. Just, I think the blinking, if there's any emollients, be it your moisturizer, your sunscreen, or your concealer, it's going to break that down and you're going to be smudge city. But I love the way it makes my lashes look. Voila. Voila. This is a palette that I bought when it came out, and it made me cry. Because I have this thing, I always thought it was a fat pad, but it's really part of my drainage system here. It's a gland. I think it's part of my tear duct, actually. And this, they're a certain formula. I think they're cream to powder. They do not adhere. So if you are hooded, it wasn't just here. It was here too. Everything's on, and 20 minutes later there's a stripe of white skin underneath it. And I returned it. Then I got some Sonia G brushes, and I thought, let me give this palette a try again because I love it so much. And I am having a little better luck, but I am also doing different things. You can take just this row and have a beautiful neutral look. You can take just this row and have a beautiful coppery, fiery look. You can stay in these green areas, a video that I did recently. You can just, there's so much you can do with this, and it is so fall. If you feel you can do it, get it on sale. Lips, let's talk about lips. Lips are the hardest one for me. I think lips are so personal, and I am a person who, I feel the weight of things on my lips, and my lips feel uncomfortable often. Sometimes I do have a little peeling and bad lip stuff going on, but not always. It's just I'm very sensitive, like if something's too dimethicone, if it's something too heavy, if it's too sticky, if it feels like a blanket on my lips, I don't really love it. So this is a harder category for me to recommend to you. I can say Tower 28 came out with these glosses this year. The first few colors were really kind of lollipop colors, and not in a good way. I didn't love them. I got the orange, which is fine. Luckily, they're not very opaque. They're quite sheer. And also this year, Viseart came out with some glosses that are really beautiful and more opaque. I love the feeling of these. This feels very similar. Neither are very expensive. I'm just putting it out there for you. Viseart did it first, so they might have copied that formulation. I'm wearing it right now, but I'm going to put it on because there's not much left. They just release, I think, 4 more colors that are far more workable. There's a little bit of a scent. It's just a pretty Your Lips But Better kind of look with a little bit of shine without any stickiness. It just feels nourishing to the lip. It doesn't last forever. I did put it on right before I started shooting and it's kind of mostly gone, but the Viseart actually might stay a little longer. Really comfortable. Another new lipstick formula from this year, let's just keep it to that, is Rare Beauty. I have to say Rare Beauty actually deserves an honorable mention altogether. I love their foundation, and I would have mentioned it in the foundations, but the colors are awful. There was not a neutral. They have one that's called Neutral, and it's very, very yellow. And so I went and bought a cool color, which was very, very peach. It feels nice on the skin. It makes the skin look so pretty. It's just the color situation is very difficult. If you can find a color that works for you, definitely check out their foundation. The blushes, I really like those. I would like them to put out some new colors, I think. I have a couple of these. This is my favorite color. This color is Brave, and it's so beautiful. It is so fall. I love that. And the first time I wore it in a video, several people said, "What is that color?" It's Brave, it's beautiful, it's so comfortable. It's matte, but it's my favorite kind of matte. I love those spongy kind of mattes. Revlon makes one, Charlotte Tilbury makes one. She hasn't expanded that color range. I love that formula. Giorgio Armani makes one, Burberry makes one, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head. But this one might be, the formula might be a little bit different. It might be a little more comfortable. They don't last forever. They are not transfer proof. I just did a light kiss because I didn't want to lose any, but I love them. My life is not so busy that I can't reapply my lipstick. And that is going to wrap it up, you guys. That's mostly things that came out this year that I'm really enjoying and I would recommend to you. And yeah, I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you come back again. I know times are hard right now for a lot of people, and even people who are still working feel maybe they shouldn't be spending money right now because the future seems so uncertain. But this is intended for those of you who are spending money or who want to spend their money more judiciously and get some recommendations. These are my recs. I hope that you find something here that you like, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.